to communicate as to how they target these members. But we're going to get into the Land of Dawn once again. And we also technically don't really know for sure what the focus mark can do. Is it AoE? Because the visual cue only shows one member with the focus mark.
It's just one, whoever's the first. So that's why it's a little more, I'd say, specific for Blacklist International. They have to say who it is they're fighting or they're targeting and focusing down. As compared to Alter Ego, it was whoever gets hooked by Rasi. So looking at this now, bottom lane, it looks like they're targeting Nino, Renegade, looking for the pull. Watch out for Rasi. Something else to note, it's only Nino who's really respecting the CC coming in from Blacklist. But to be fair, Blacklist is very dive heavy. There's nothing that they're representing as compared to Alter Ego, which has the hook and the final slash when it comes to CC.
And you can expect Blacklist International play the early game pretty passively. I don't think they want to go for any unnecessary team fights, unnecessary skirmishes here, but we do see Pi already, as usual, being a nuisance here in the first turtle, rotating first compared to Edward, but he is also here to back things up. In the top lane, we see a Feather Airstrike go down, two-man stun from Pi, and a final slash! Red Tree battle here is going to be won out by Hades. No Sully Boy. So it wasn't a Red Tree battle. It looked close.
The only thing that made it look close was the fact that there was like 3 or 4 HP left on the turtle, right? Yeah. And I'm guessing those are remnants of the old behaviors of junglers like Hades. Hades has been playing professionally for the better part of 2 to 3 years now. So you can expect that the young man has very hard-built muscle memory. But even on a Lancelot, even when he's rocking Seasoned Hunter, folks, Retribution isn't affected by said talent anymore. So you have to really watch out for that. And I'm guessing it all came down to that split second. Like, oh, I need to take my Retribution passive. I need to take a basic attack, or else it really could have gone to anybody towards Alter Ego on that side, which maybe explains his 300 gold lead here. If Sully Boy understood that, hey, they're going slow, map is a little passive, why don't we make the most of the absence of Blacklist?
Muscle memory, that can be capitalized, honestly, by both of these teams, could be punished as well. But again, as we expected, the early game is going to be very passive from both of these teams. Yep. You can expect Alter Ego to try to push the pace, obviously, with their pick-style composition, as well as that lethal ignition on Sully Boy. He's definitely looking for a pick-off somewhere in the map, but it just seems like it's going to be very, very tough to do so, as Blacklist International have opted to just send a Renegade to play in that gold lane constantly, just giving Oheb so much space to play and farm.
I get it. Between Alter Ego and Blacklist, it's Blacklist who wants to see the 15, 16, 18-minute mark. Now bottom lane, they commit the Z-Force.
Good hook, but Coulter comes down from Renegade. Now let's give me the damage coming through, but their airstrike not getting him. Oheb still able to walk out of that one. Rossi gonna be poked down. Haji already committed that real-world manipulation. It's still 0-0. A little bit of a skirmish here in the mid lane, but it will not amount to anything.
Kudos to Alter Ego. They synchronized so well and orchestrated a 4-man gank down bottom. But just the same, Blacklist survived that despite there only being 3 members. So I have to question now the fact that did Alter Ego get away with what they wanted? They didn't get a kill. Neither, actually, because they all spent their ults. But who won out in the end, right? This did still open up the map. And it looks like Jelly Boy is still on a 50-50. Can I contest? Should I? But with the pull that Edward and Hades have, Rasi and Udil here just waiting. I'm wondering, can this be a turtle for Alter Ego?
He's one level ahead of Hades. He can look for this right now. Spine jumps in, has the final slash. He might want to combo it together. But Feather Airstrike zoning Hades away. Let's see who gets it. It's very, very low. Pi, once again, just going on to Hades, trying to force him out. The CC does not connect, but the final slash will. It's not going to be communicated properly, though. It's still Udil who finds it in the midst of it all. Pi flickering out of the real world of inflation. And Sully Boy dives in deep onto the back with a shadow kill, but it's tanked up. Udil with the wings by wings, just flying over, giving vision to the rest of the team. As he's going to be slowed down, they might look for a re-engage. A good disengage from Udil. Some damage back in a flicker from Edward Balboa to equalize on kills.
They don't call him that for no reason, folks, and I believe that that was a worthy flicker. It was Udil, it was their mid laner, a Kage that he took down along the way. Let's look at their items here. Early Hunter's Strike here for Jelly Boy, who's about 500 gold ahead of Hades. And I just want to note here, 200 gold ahead for Nino against Oheb, the Filipino sniper. Dude, he's using that new item, the Starlium Scythe. I like it.
Let's see if he can actually utilize this fully here. As he pops in some on-force, good Iron Hook, but no Bloody Hunt this time around. Renegade going to be able to flicker out of that one pretty safely, as Edward has picked up that Bloodlust Axe. First item prio for Edward.
Look at this, 1v1. Oh, Pi knows. not quite time yet. Something to note here. Despite this being a lineup that's very different between Blacks International MSC or Blacks International SPS, and yeah, they still have the same amount of fans. These are agents through and through. I gotta say, they have the same weaknesses, they have the same tendencies. A lack of damage. Now bottom lane, it's another 4v2!
Ooh, call alter perfectly placed by Renegade, but Silly Boy is hunting Oheb down. He knows where he's at. He won't go for it just now. Goes in for a steal onto Hades, but Hades still is able to claim that. Rossi, just barely, almost connecting on that Iron Hook, but it's gonna be out of range.
Oh. Despite the difficult time Blacklist has had, I think this is as good case scenario as it gets for Oheb's Moskov. And yeah, they're not even rotating him out, and they're still going!
Full dive here with Zaman Force as well. Rossi just holding on to that bloody hunt for another engage. That's a real revelation, locking him down. Rossi gonna fall here to Oheb. Alter Ego will take the turret trade and will go back. Blacklist International, don't stay quiet. Oh, good read from Oheb, able to dodge away. Just barely, again, on the other side of the bush, reading Udil out.
Oh, but do they know that Shelly Boy stayed? Haji spots him. Phantom Execution spent in by Hades, and that's 4 men whacking away at the turtle.
There should be a free turtle for Blacklist International, unless, here it is, Pi walks up, uses the final slash, good damage on the Nino, who pops into Zaman Force now on the back with Pi, dives in, Oheb, gonna be isolated from the team, but Nino's still able to survive right now with the shielding. Edward grants a shield by himself as well. That's the feather done from Nino. Pi flickering out, good damage to take the Call Alter HP down and to force Blacklist International away from the turtle.
And with all of that, no one fell. Turtle reset. Pi back at it. Shelly Boy confirms his purple, and I think they want to go again. Something to note here, folks. About 7 minutes, almost 8 minutes in, can confirm that Hades is building hybrid. So Hades, despite the way emblems have changed and a little bit of a hero adjustment on Lancelot himself, he's still building as if it were the last patch. So we'll see if that pays off right now. Alter Ego making quick work of this turtle. 100% so far for AE at 8 minutes.
A good equalizer, I would say, for Alter Ego, but Blacklist International always so cunning in these situations, able to find a good trade up top. Tier 2 for the turtle. Hades, whoa, a bit overextended, gets punished by the final slash, dove in. The Spear of Misery, unfortunately, was not at the right time there to save Hades.
Pi! Where was that coming from? He had the Azure Blade, and that's it. That's the only thing that I can see that could have possibly dealt a little bit more damage to have punished how deep Hades was. This is not a good game so far for this Lancelot. Not a single turtle. 0-2-0, and he's building towards what I think is a Guardian's Helm. So none of that helps the current situation that Lancelot is in right now. He needs to build damage. Look at the item build here. Ooh. He's currently down about 2,000, no, 1,000, let's say. 1,000 gold, 800 here to be specific. And at least Edward is owning his lane, right? That top lane is looking beautiful, Edward! He's
Flicker.
Okay. He's all right.
Has to burn a very important resource, though, now. Blacklist International, wow. With Phantom Execution on the back, very tanky final slash from Pi! Sweeps them back, and that's the full-on collapse. Pi able to escape as well. It's Hades falling for the 3rd time in this game.
It's hard to be Hades right now, and I believe that is an understatement. Looking at the map, yeah, they have pushed top lane all the way down to tier 3, but just the same, Alter Ego are up by 1,000 gold. 3 out of 5 roles are out farming their counterparts from Blacks International, and I like to think we haven't seen the best of Oheb quite yet. Quick update on what the Moskov is rocking: Corrosion Scythe, Golden Staff, and I believe on his way to a JHS. So that is going to do well to punish how deep Rossi goes, and even maybe Pi. Right now, Lord has spawned here 10 minutes in, and it looks like they want to give Edward a little some.
Ooh, that's a lot of damage just there. Flicker, bloody hunt. Nino picks up the kill under the turret. Edward wasn't really able to stand a chance there. A good Iron Hook, but this time no bloody hunt and no follow-up from the rest of Alter Ego. They'll take that win, and they'll transition it, convert it to the Lord.
Yep, it's a great pull for Alter Ego. They're a man up, and of course, the map is on their side at worst, at equilibrium. And there is a push in mid that Pi couldn't have handled, but right now, check him. He has a final slash, and he is close to building that Thunder Belt. Lord here at a 5th of his health.
Oh, Hades still going in for the commitment, uses defensive execution defensively, but falls to Nino. Pi will fall as well, but it's a good trade over. Free Lord to Alter Ego. No chance for Blacklist International to try to force that out to contest for it.
Yep, it's a 1-for-1. Good news, they finally shut down Pi, but Hades falls again, and they concede over the level 1 Lord, spawning down bottom. So yeah, minion waves, enhanced for Alter Ego, they can still play this death ball, pick-off style, and then just slowly convert. They're not in a rush, Miracle. They're not in a rush to actually take turrets because they'll slowly fall, especially with the way that they're playing. So yeah, this is great tempo read by Alter Ego.
We're going to take a look at Oheb's items, though. It feels like, again, he has hit that item, Power Spike, with the 3 core items done. Corrosion Scythe into a Golden Staff and a DHS. We'll see what he's able to do here in this game in the 11th minute with that Power Spike. But so far, he's just been zoned out of the team fight. He hasn't been able to hit at all.
Yep, it's so difficult, and I'm thinking he's waiting for that. The shield now, they're breaking out into a fight.
It's a bloody hunt canceled by Hades. He used the Thorn Rose to get out of it. Rossi now with the flicker and River knockout strike. Unable to find it, but it's a good hook over again. And it's to the main target. Oheb was caught. Oh my goodness. Rossi threading the needle, getting that. The final slash not connecting, but it's all good here. Oh, Rossi! Again with the iron hook. Finds Hades, brings him back. Nino picks up the kill, and it's all Alter Ego in the 12th minute of the game.
Rossi woke up today and said, I'm going to be better. I am going to play the Franco and show everyone that Alter Ego deserves to go to the Challenge of Finals, and they are close to 1 game away. This has been a very difficult game.
Final slash flicker. Edward now with a knockout strike, but he's not able to crack that front line. Udil just stays put, able to dish out as much damage as he wants, and Alter Ego in 12 minutes has cracked the base open. 2 base turrets down with the first Lord of the game.
Not to mention that last turret left for Blacks International is the long lane away from this Luminous Lord coming in a minute. So at least they have that to hold on to. Their last bastion, their last hope to hold out. Looking at the gold difference per roll. By God, that's where this 8K is going, fam. A majority of it is on Chelly Boy. He's almost 4K ahead of Hades. Look at this fully built Hayabusa. Well, he just needs 1 more item after this endless battle. But yeah, no, they're trying to pick a fight.
I don't think it's going to be worth it, though, even if they focus down Rossi. Pi. Oh. Cheeky final slash, Nino. As the bot force goes for it, he's godlike. Nino activated fully by Rossi, getting these beautiful hooks in. That focus mark is really doing so much for Alter Ego.
Yep, anybody who gets pulled in has that passive. Amplified damage, and that's all she wrote. Forcing out a cult altar here.
That's it, that's it. One of the reasons, again, the Hayabusa was picked up was to try to force that call altar. Jumping in, going with the ult, and then jumping back out. He's at that point where he can just constantly force that call altar out, force these defensive battle spells or abilities, and if Blacklist International cannot play with their main win condition, then it's almost over. Alter Ego, once again, a free, uncontested Lord.
And that's what's so difficult here about what Blacklist is doing. You can see the spear tried to steal, but yeah, all it did was show exactly what was going on in that pit. What I'm saying is Blacklist International has an interesting box, right? You have Edward to punish anyone who's willing to check bushes that aren't as clear. And then you have this box set up by Haji, and you have Renegade trying to, I'm not sure what he wants to do. Dive or save whoever is a little too forward and then re-engage, right? So there's a little bit of everything in what Blacklist is doing. Now, Blacklist is well known for their ube, but not so much their chop suey. That's what this lineup feels like to me.
It's just really hard for Blacklist International, especially considering their win condition was built around that early to mid power spike. The fact that Hades has to go defensive, that's already a big, big loss for them. And Alter Ego just marching into the base, forcing a real-world manipulation pretty early on. Alter Ego still have a lot of resources to play with. Hades, once again, with a puncture, just trying to buy some time, trying to make Alter Ego waste a few resources. But Alter Ego are playing it super calm, disciplined, stone cold, waiting for the next wave.
Yep. There's 1 in mid and a couple from top and bottom. A concealed play coming in. What's Rossi doing? Looking for an angle.
Oh! Good pickoff, and that's going to be the Zaman Force. Nino free to hit Alter Ego. They win game number 1 with a massive statement up against Blacklist International.
They're so much cleaner coming in from their loss against Bigatron. And that was quite the series. If you remember, if you watched game 2 of that, I still have nightmares. But here, they showed up, and it looks like they have a great